Beer everywhere. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob. The boys are back. The voice is not back yet. It's getting there. Still not back yet. But man, do we have some exciting stuff. LSU takes care of business in the midweek after getting run ruled last midweek to run ruling this midweek.
I think skull dragged would be the proper term.
Skull drag could be a good one there. Ethan Fry with a walk-off grand slam to win the game for the Tigers. Riding a high going into this weekend. This weekend, we are going to Aggieland, Texas A&M. Bitter rivalry here. I don't know any LSU fan that doesn't have A&M number one on like their most hated list. Can't stand them. More than Alabama, more than Florida, more than everybody else, more than Texas for now. Texas A&M is the rivalry, in my opinion, when it comes down to LSU.
I don't know. I would like to see who holds the series. So there was a Yankees fan that brought up the whole Yankees-Red Sox rivalry that said, how can it be a rivalry if one team is like way fucking better?
Yeah, if the other team never wins.
Right, if the other team never wins.
Well, I'm not going to say the name of who I played golf with this week, but that person that I played golf with said his least favorite team, the team he hates more than anybody else in the SEC is Texas A&M.
Really?
Had this conversation with this person. Hates
and we're talking
more than anyone.
We're talking that guy?
Yeah, we're talking that guy.
No shit.
Yes. Hates A&M more than anyone. I'm telling you, I do not know an LSU fan that doesn't hate a team more than they hate A&M. And I think it's just because of the tactics of the way A&M goes about everything. But look, here's the thing about it, right? This A&M team got off to a horrendous start in the SEC. Okay? You get swept by Bama. You get swept by Vandy. You go 1-2 versus Kentucky. Then you get no hit versus Tennessee in game one. And then game two, boom, a light switch turns on. And here comes A&M. They run off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight. 2 versus Tennessee after they got no hit and run ruled in that game to take the series 2-1. Then you sweep at home versus the lowly South Carolina Gamecocks.
Pulmonary.
Then you win game 1 and game 3 versus Arkansas at home, only losing game 2. So you run off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8 in the SEC.
Run it off in jazz. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But then, look, you go to Texas, and Texas is the number one team in the SEC. Texas is one of the best teams in the country. They're number one in the country, followed by LSU. And you get swept. All right? This is a team that is going back home where they're good. They're 19-9 at home. They're 5-8 on the road, and I think 2-1 on a neutral site. So you're talking about a team that is going to be very motivated to really supplement themselves in SEC standings, work their way up, try to get that national seed, right? I still think A&M's on the outside looking in. I think the way that they've been playing, they deserve to get into the field of 64. I think they will get into the field of 64. But you also have an opportunity to scramble the hopes of LSU here, right? LSU, number 2 team in the country, sitting tied for second with Arkansas in SEC standings, which, by the way, there are 7 teams after Texas at 9-2. There are 17, not 9-2. No. They're way better than 9-2 in the SEC.
They are
18-2, I think.
Yeah,
is what it is. 18-2 in the SEC. Everybody else, the next 6 teams, 7 teams, are separated by 2 games with 3 weekends left of SEC baseball. Okay, this is a very tight race. You have to be top 4. Top 4 seeds get a double bye. You get to save your pitching while everybody else runs through the 2 best arms to start their weekend off. Okay, you get a double bye here, and this is an opportunity for not only A&M but for LSU to really kill the dreams of A&M and plant themselves in that top 4 going or not going to Arkansas, but facing Arkansas next weekend, and then you get to close out with South Carolina too. So
that's a good series to close out on.
It's a really good series to close out on. But
South Carolina sits currently at second to last in the SEC at 5-16, And I'm starting to look at this, and I have a question, and you might not be prepared for it, and I really don't give a shit because
Oh,
that's
you
just
love
how
doing
this
these to me.
how this goes.
Yeah.
How many teams from the SEC make it in the field of 64? Are we seeing 14? Are we seeing Mississippi State the last team in at this point at sit at 7-14 and a 26-19 record?
It's going to be hard for Mississippi State. I think it really depends on, they just fired their coach. How does this assistant or how does this interim head coach, whatever they give him the title of, how does he turn this kind of team around, right? You're 26-19. You're coming off of 2 years ago or 3 years ago. You went to the where you went to Omaha, and then you got two regionals in your pockets here, including one last year. I mean, this is a team that didn't deserve to fire their head coach, in my opinion. I get you got a down year, but everybody's going to have a down year every
Did
now and
this
then.
head coach win in 21? Did he win it all in 21, or was it
He
a
might.
different head coach? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. So it was what? It was Mississippi State, then Ole Miss, then LSU, then Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it went?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I see them making it.
I
mean, you have an
Mississippi
above
State
500 record. You definitely deserve to be in there more than other teams.
Yeah.
Other teams maybe from like the SWAC that make it in or barely get by or whatever. Like
Yep.
Mississippi State would be a tough out. Like say they get into like Clemson's regional, right?
I mean, look at what Jay Johnson said. Remember, we covered this when we played Mississippi State. He said, their record doesn't tell everything. This is a Omaha baseball team,
right?
Like that team is no slouch. I get, they get rid of their coach and whatever the case may be. Interim head coach Justin Parker is going to take over here. This is what I just now typed in. So I want to see real quick. I'm pulling up their schedule. I want to see how they end. What's their last 3 weekends look like? Do they have a chance to go above 500, below 500, at 500? These last 3 weekends, well, you can't really be at 500.
Well, so with them,
games,
with them sitting in at the 7-14, they'd have to sweep the next 3 to be above 500.
I'm talking about the 3 weekends, just the next 3 weekends.
Yeah,
not overall.
No, I'm talking about SEC. They're 7-14.
I'm talking about the next 9 games. That's it. Not the previous 21.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like right now as they sit 7-14 to be above 500 in SEC.
Yeah,
they'd have to sweep. They could have one loss, I think, in these next 9.
That's not what I'm saying though. I'm talking about just these next 9 games. Can you go 5-4? Can you go 6-3? Can you go 7-2?
Understood.
Kind of deal.
Understood.
That's where I was going.
If they played South Carolina, Kentucky, and Missouri, because I would say Florida they'd lose, A&M they'd probably lose.
They can do this. Okay, you got Kentucky this weekend, then you got at Ole Miss, and then you got at Missouri. You can go.
It's possible.
You can go 7-2 here.
And if they do that, then
if you do that, we're looking at them at the end of this year saying, 100%. We got 14 teams in the SEC
well,
tournament.
because I mean,
in the field of 64.
Let's just say right here, right? So A&M goes, I don't know, A&M goes 1-2 against us.
Okay.
This weekend, right? So that puts them at 9-15.
Yeah.
Right. So Mississippi State, let's just say they sweep Kentucky. That puts them at 10-14.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they move right above A&M. And like Florida sitting at 8-13. Kentucky's at 10-11. That puts them right there with them if they sweep.
Dude, the standings are so close. I mean, you got LSU and Arkansas tied at 14-7, and then Tennessee at 13-8. And then you have 4 teams at 12-9.
We need Arkansas to kind of do a little damage against Texas here this weekend.
No,
they're playing Tennessee.
We need Texas.
No, they're playing Texas.
We need Texas to sweep them.
Why?
Because then they drop to 14-10, and it takes them out of the contention for a top 4 seed in SEC.
Yeah, but we play them next weekend. Like I want no. So here's the thing, right? So say Arkansas, say we sweep Tennessee or not Tennessee, A&M, right? So we sweep A&M, that puts us at 17-17.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, say they sweep Texas, it puts them at 17-17.
And Texas
that puts us tied.
Yes.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
what I said. Texas needs to sweep. Take Arkansas out of the picture. for a top
Texas
4
is just
seed.
going to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah. Take Arkansas out of the picture for a top 4 seed. And if Texas sweeps or even wins the series and LSU wins their series, now you have more room to work with going to the last 2 weekends, especially facing Arkansas at home. You get them boys here next weekend, and we saw it this weekend. Magic happens at the box.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Magic
yeah.
happens at the box. So you take care of business. LSU's got to take care of business this weekend. I've been saying it for a few weekends now. I don't care about a sweep. Win the series. Take the series 2-1. Let the rest play out.
Dude, in my opinion, looking at these standings, you have Texas, Arkansas, LSU, Tennessee.
Yep.
I think that right there stays the same. Those are your top 4 seeds, in my opinion. Now, this weekend, a little bit of a test just because A&M is on a tear.
Yep.
Right? The weekend after, Arkansas at home, especially if we're tied.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
wild. If anything, these four stay in the top 4, but they'll swap.
Here's the best news for LSU. Nobody's catching Texas unless something crazy happens over the next 3 weekends. Nobody's catching Texas. So take Texas out of this conversation. You beat Tennessee, you own that tiebreaker. You beat Bama, you own that tiebreaker. You do your job versus Arkansas next weekend. We'll worry about that next weekend. And you own that tiebreaker. You can end the series. You can end the season with 4 teams having the same record. And LSU is going to be the 2 seed instead of being possibly the 5 seed.
What LSU has to do this weekend is win 2, and that's it.
You have to take care of the series.
And Arkansas, Texas has to win 2 against Arkansas.
Yep.
And there we go. And now we're 1 win ahead of Arkansas going into the next series. And if it so happens that we lose 2 against Arkansas, now we're back tied. And then you got South Carolina in the season.
Yeah. You got to feel real good about it.
I don't know what Arkansas has in the season. I'll look it up.
But you got to feel real good about that if you're LSU. And again, going back to A&M, you have a chance to really ruin some things here for multiple teams because you got LSU at home, and then you have Missouri at home, and then you go to Georgia to close out your year. Georgia's sitting right now, in the 6th seed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6th seed at 12-9.
Arkansas, Tennessee to end the season.
For who?
Arkansas, Tennessee to end the regular season.
Yeah. Arkansas has the hardest three weekends left.
We did look it up.
You got Texas this weekend, LSU next weekend, Tennessee the following weekend.
Number 1 Texas, number 2 LSU, and number what they moved down to 12 Tennessee.
Where's that Tennessee game? Is it in Tennessee or in?
It
Fayetteville?
is in Fayetteville.
Man, that's gonna be a heck of a matchup.
In Arkansas.
And again, look, that's a weekend. As it currently sits, that's 2 teams separated by 1 game in SEC standings.
Yeah,
that's a weekend that can have a major impact on SEC standings. A team that could be, Tennessee could be sitting on the 4 seed, and Arkansas, depending on what happens this weekend and next week, could be sitting 5 seed. And if Arkansas takes the series, now Arkansas gets to double bye, and Tennessee's got to play weekend 2 or game 2.
Yeah.
There's so many things that can happen, and really it starts tonight. I mean, right here, it's Thursday night. Right here, we got Texas, Arkansas on.
Yeah.
What happens here, and then tomorrow we start worrying about LSU and A&M over there in College Station.
Now look. So I'm just looking at notable series for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, Clemson at number 5, Florida State on ACC Extra. Just wanted to point that one out there. Auburn and Tennessee, 10-12. That's another one, right? LSU A&M, I think that is a lot higher rated than other people might think.
Yeah.
Looks like number 18 Alabama versus number 15 Vanderbilt. Okay. Georgia's got Missouri. They're going to take care of that. I think Missouri has not won a fucking game in SEC yet.
Yeah. They're still over.
Yeah, still over. Kentucky, Mississippi State. We said that one. Florida, South Carolina. I think Florida wins that. Then you have number 23 Ole Miss versus number 21 Oklahoma. Right. So that's notable. I mean, it's obviously Texas, Arkansas, but I mean, other than that, dude, this weekend really isn't that exciting as far as ranked matchups, but it's also baseball.
It's also baseball, and I think, it may not be exciting as far as ranked matchups go. We got 1 versus 11 here in Texas, Arkansas. but I think the hatred in the matchups is what's going to make the weekend fun.
Do you think it's going to be a little bit more chippy than last weekend? Do you think LSU hates A&M as much as LSU and Tennessee don't get along?
No, I think this past weekend was a lot more. If A&M was playing up to what everybody thought A&M would be playing up to, yes, this weekend would be very chippy.
Right.
But I think the fact that A&M got off to such a bad start,
yeah,
and they quickly fell out of the top 5 and then top 10 and top 25 and haven't seen the light of day in the top 25 since.
Right.
And you've had LSU and Tennessee essentially going back and forth for 4 or 5 weeks in a row there. We were 1-2, flip-flopping, whatever happened. We lose a midweek. Tennessee fans talking shit. Tennessee loses a midweek. LSU fans talking shit. Keeping up with each other's midweeks is why I think LSU and Tennessee was a lot more chippy. We had a season-long shit talk battle on social media about who was better, what fans are better. Oh, Tennessee's going to come in and do this. Oh, LSU won't be able to handle this. Oh, we won't be able to handle that. We haven't had any of that shit talk with A&M this year because A&M hadn't been good.
Right.
Now, who's to say we don't go out there to A&M, fucking first pitch is a heater to the head, and then all of a sudden sparks fly, and bang, that hatred comes right back.
Okay, so the obvious answer is there. All right, but if you had to pick anybody but the obvious answer, and you know who the obvious answer is, who are you picking to fight? To fight against A&M?
Like for LSU,
for
LSU.
Picking on yeah, like okay, so you're catching, right? And pitcher, whoever's pitching, say it's Ianson or Ianson, he hits Lavalette. Okay. He hits Lavalette, and Lavalette takes exception to that and starts to kind of like walk towards the mound. You're the catcher. You're getting in front of Lavalette. Who are you picking besides the obvious answer?
Yeah, Jared Jones.
Right.
Okay.
To beat Lavalette's ass. I'll tell you right now who the fuck I'm picking.
I want to write down my answer. I don't want you to see, but I do want you to say yours before I do mine and see where we're at here.
I'm picking Daniel Dickinson.
Okay. We're not on the same page.
We're not. Okay. So I'm picking Daniel Dickinson because that dude looks like he would fucking throw. He'd throw hands. He'd do whatever he can to protect anybody on that team, and I love it. Who are you picking?
I'm picking Cade Anderson, man. Cade, he's not the biggest dude, but I want a dude that's going to go out swinging, and I have no doubt Cade Anderson is going out swinging. This is a guy that loves LSU, loves his role, loves the fact that he gets to play in front of Alex Box. He says it every Saturday or every game too, not always on Saturdays, every game too. When he puts the headset on, he talks about it every single game, how much he loves playing in Alex Box in front of 12,000 people, how there's no pressure. He don't care about the noise at other places because he gets the opportunity to play at Alex Box every single day and hear that noise and play in front of rowdy crowds and rowdy fans. That dude bleeds purple and gold. That dude loves LSU. That dude's not going anywhere unless it's the pros. I'm taking Cade, man. I got to. Cade's a diehard. He's a diehard. I want to do going out swinging.
I understand. There'd be one other guy I'd pick, and it's because that he doesn't get too much playing time. So if he does throw hands, he wouldn't get, it's not that it's
we're talking about playing time now?
Yeah.
I don't worry about that.
I know. But I'm saying he doesn't get that much playing time. So if he does get tossed or ejected for fighting, like it won't be that big of a deal. And I wish he got more playing time, right? But I'm picking the Live Oak prodigy, Blaze Priester. That's my other guy I'm picking because this dude, first of all, he's a catcher. He can handle a lot of hits, right?
Yeah.
Dude's a dog. I wish he'd fucking play more.
Dude, love Blaze.
Absolutely.
Got a chance to meet him.
That's awesome.
And, dude, when I tell you this is like, I don't know nothing about him, right? But he seems like just the most country guy. I mean, he showed up to the golf course with jeans on and a collared shirt.
Did he have boots?
Like,
okay.
Like, he's got the beard. He's got the glasses, but Dude, he's so down to earth and just such a cool dude. Me and him sat and chatted for a couple minutes, like just me and him. He was kind of off to the side after he introduced himself, and I went and talked to him. Dude, Blaze is fucking awesome. Like, if you've listened to us, you know how much we have rooted for this guy and talked about this guy. All right. The fact that I got to meet him and actually tell him that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So
I wish I was there, but I'm not that fortunate to get invited to shit like you get invited to.
Yeah, it was a cool deal, dude. But and I told him, I said, man, we're rooting for you. Like, we want you on the field.
Yeah.
And this is not take away from Luis or Aaron Beatty or anything that they've done.
Absolutely.
Like, this is a guy that was a Tiger, transferred out, came back. Like,
you talked about like a guy that like bleeds purple and gold.
Yeah,
it has to be him.
Loves it.
For him to transfer out and then like immediately say like, yeah, that's where I'm going. Like, I'm coming back.
I got one more for you.
Okay.
Also a guy that don't get a lot of playing time. But when LSU's in Omaha, when LSU wins this thing, we're going to talk about him because it's probably the hit that changed the season is Dalton Beck.
100%.
Okay.
Another transfer.
And the only reason I say this is because they interviewed him. I saw an interview with him yesterday. And they asked him, Dalton Beck's only had 6 at-bats up to the midweek. I think he had one in the midweek. I don't remember. But he only had 7 at-bats. That big hit was his 7th at-bat of the season. This is a guy that broke records at UIA, wherever he came from. And they asked him and said, have you put any thought into transferring in the fall? Obviously, you haven't got the playing time, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at them and he said, oh, heck no. He said, I'm not going anywhere. I love being here. I love being a part of this program. I love putting on the purple and gold, playing in front of the fans at Alex Box Stadium every night. He said, I love it here. I'm not going anywhere.
He's one of the 4 seniors on the team as well.
But he can transfer. He can come back. He can transfer.
Can he?
Yep. Because that was the whole point of the question.
Transferred from Incarnate Word.
Okay, so UIA, yeah. I mean UIW.
UIW. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, Texas guy too. Like, them fucking Texans.
Right. It was so his.
That's what makes me worried about A&M this weekend is that the fact that them motherfuckers do love to fight. Like, and everything's bigger in Texas, and like the whole 12th man bullshit with the football stadium, and then the whole ball 4 and 5. I just really hope our pitchers get in a groove so we don't hear that.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Vandy Whistler, right? I'm so glad we didn't play Vandy at Vandy this year or Vandy at all.
The good thing about it is Cade doesn't walk a lot of guys.
Right.
Anthony does not walk a lot of guys.
Right.
He can get on a 1 or 2 in a row kind of
right, but you just better not be fucking 4 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they can get loud and rowdy.
I'm curious who's starting Sunday.
But TBD.
Kaysen?
Because if Kaysen –
do you bring Kaysen back out there?
Here's the thing about it. Can you win Friday without using Kaysen? Can you win Saturday without using Kaysen? If the answer is yes and yes, then yes, he starts.
Can you win both those games without Cohen either?
No. Zach's getting in there one way or another.
I would love to see a rubber match.
Anthony hadn't gone 6, right? Or hadn't gone beyond 6. Somebody's coming in that game. I don't see that changing this weekend.
In SEC play. I think he's gone more than – has he gone more than 6?
I think 6 is his most. I don't see that changing this weekend. He went
6 oh, shit. As we speak, Arkansas hits a home run to take the lead. 2-run home run, too. Ruh-roh. Texas in trouble.
Let me
Carson
see.
Bowles. Don't know who that is. Must be a stud, though. But no, look, that Dalton Beck hit was fucking fire.
Look, it's one of those things that at the end of the year, this is the one that you come back talking about. I mean, what he's done, what he did in that game, and what he's done in his very limited opportunity on the mound. That
sparked offense. It was with 1 out, I believe.
Yeah.
But that sparked everybody.
Yep. It was with 1 out. He gets the big hit up the middle. Stanfield flies out. Curio gets base hit. Boom, homer.
I'll be honest.
Walk off.
When I guarantee 3/4 of the people in that stadium, when they saw Dalton Beck come up, they started cheering and then saw it was Dalton Beck.
And said, who?
Yeah, who?
What are we doing?
Didn't he pitch at some point this year? Yeah. Like, he's a pitcher. Like, but it was essentially.
He went 7 versus North Alabama, 3-8-25 in his 4th start. He went 7.
Yeah.
But again,
how many strikeouts they had that game? Do you have it pulled up still?
Yeah, I got it. It actually doesn't. Let's see, let me scroll over. Oh, that was his 15 strikeout game.
Okay.
That was his 15 strikeout game.
Yeah, I mean, you pitched 7
Yeah. But again, I don't see where he goes 9. I can see Cade going 9. We saw it already. He goes
Yeah.
9, 135 on the mound.
Yeah.
Like, I can see Cade going 9.
But I can almost see fucking Kaysen going on, dude. If he
can't see Anthony going 9. And again, I think LSU, I think Jay Johnson, as I said last weekend, is in the same mindset as us. This is what I told some of my other buddies. If you're going to use Zach on Friday, which seems like the go-to move, right? Cade give you minimum 6. Zach goes 3. Not the ideal situation, but works if you get the win. Cade goes 8 and Zach goes 1. Ideal situation there.
If we can,
right?
If we can somehow talk to, oh fuck, god damn it, I can't remember his name. I know his name. He went to Santa Monica. Jacob Myers. If we can somehow talk to Jacob Myers and to say, buddy, look, if you could just eliminate half of the walks, you would be an absolute stud and a beautiful Sunday guy.
You would be one of the best pitchers
you'd
in
be
the league.
Absolutely. He would have. I want to say he still would have transferred to LSU if he had those numbers at Nichols. But
yeah,
you never know. He'd probably have offers from everybody else.
Oh yeah, he'd have offers from everyone.
But like this dude, I mean, you're talking 98, 99, and Sunday guy immediately.
Yeah,
I really wish Chase could have, done something.
Hey,
which look, he hasn't had a terrible year.
It just didn't live up to the expectation. And the expectation,
I think the expectation was way too high.
Yeah, it was
him coming off
high.
of TJ.
The expectation for me was what at the beginning of the year.
Well, he's our Friday guy.
No.
That was it
for me. No, I was reliever. I want him in the ninth be our closer.
I thought he would. Well, so when he came to LSU, we were all saying, I know, at least I was like, hey, this is a Friday guy. Like he has the potential to be a Friday guy. And then he gets hit with TJ and then out for all last year, comes back this year. And we're like, okay, like I know before the beginning of the season, like Cade was, to be honest, Cade wasn't on my mind as a Friday guy.
He was a Saturday or Sunday guy.
He dominated the midweek games last year and pitched well when we needed him. I did not see him as a Friday guy, and he has turned himself. He has made me a believer.
Man, he's turned into a hell of a pitcher.
I mean, dude, within 2 starts, he has made me into a full Cade Anderson believer. I absolutely love it.
I think he's second or third in the country in strikeouts.
Do you think he breaks Skeen's record?
God, no.
Why not? Skeen's record was what, 2?
Dude, he has so far to go.
Does he?
Yes.
Dude, he's had 8, 9 strikeout games every single game. So
he's not breaking it.
Skeens was close. If they go to if they go to Omaha, or I'm sorry, when they go to Omaha and end up winning it all, and Cade pitches a few more games, he's going to be close. He might break Ben's record. Like he might end up being second all time. Yeah, no, maybe so.
No, I don't.
Fuck me,
I don't see it.
I guess.
I mean, see it. So he's second in the SEC to Liam Doyle. Liam Doyle's got 110. Cade's got 102. Let's see, NCAA.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not going to work. I know. Skeens has 220-ish. Skeens is up. I mean, because Ben's record was what, 203 or 213? I thought it was a 2 and a 3 in that number.
Yeah, I don't. Right now, I'm so focused on trying to figure this one out.
Sorry, what are you trying to figure
out? How many strikeouts he has?
Cade?
Yeah,
I could have pulled that up. I have the roster pulled up right here. You need me to do it?
Oh yeah.
Cade Anderson, right here. Cade Anderson's stats. Season strikeouts 102. 102.
Yeah. No, he's not getting that.
Yeah, no, I just realized that.
So he's third in the country in strikeouts. Liam Dole's first at 110. This guy, Colton Book from St. Joseph, he's a senior. I would say get ready to be an LSU Tiger, but he's a senior, so he's not. Has 105, and then Cade has 102.
Okay, so Cade has what, at least 3 starts left in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
He has I'm going to say 2 starts in SEC tournament.
And 2 starts in.
2 starts in. So 1 start in regional. 1 start in super. And let's say 2 starts in Omaha.
Yeah.
So that's what? 2, 4, 6.
6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
No, I think it's just 6.
Jay Johnson.
Yeah, so it's not going to happen.
Jay Johnson.
We do. So look, so started my new job Monday, right?
Yeah.
And they had a questionnaire on there. They gave us like a 4-question questionnaire.
Okay.
Right. The first one was, what's your name, where you from, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Right. So I put on tell us a little bit about yourself. I didn't put I had a podcast. I did not do that. But I did put, yeah. Well, I did put that I got married on Friday, and they were like, they read it in front of the class. They read everybody's in front of the class.
Solid.
And they were like, you got married, and I just put the date. I didn't put on Friday. I just put the date. And they were like, you got married this past Friday? I was like, yeah, I did. And I recommend it to everybody, which I will recommend to everybody. Take your honeymoon before the wedding. Dude, it was amazing. Then you have the wedding, and then you're just married, right? And it's great. Like, you don't go on that trip. You don't, so you really get to start the honeymoon phase a little bit earlier, right?
Well, it depends on. It also depends on your religious belief here too.
Okay, whatever.
Well, I know some people that didn't have sex till they got married, and they wouldn't do.
Whoa, dude.
I mean,
we barely hold hands, dude.
I mean, I've never kissed before, so I don't know.
That's how you get pregnant, holding hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Victoria's dad say.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But anyway, so then the next question was, what song would you sing karaoke? And I thought immediately that they were going to make me just go up in front of class and sing karaoke. So I put Tequila.
Oh my god!
That song,
Yeah.
right?
We're gonna put that on here
because there's only one fucking word in the song, and so
Tequila.
They read another guy's, and he put that song. And they were like, you know what we have to do? If both of y'all put the same song, y'all have to come up here and, see whose is better. And I was like, can we just fucking do a duet? Like you say it one time, I say it the next.
Yeah.
Well, so then the next one was, if you were ruler of the world, what would what would be the first like rule you implemented, and what would be the consequence for not doing that?
Diamond Dead discussions unfiltered, everyone.
Yeah. So anyway, I put some bullshit. I really put what I believe, and it wasn't like funny or anything. It was just really what I believe. And then the last one was, if you had a late night talk show, who would be the first guest on your talk show? And you were just saying his name. I put Jay Johnson. And when the dude read it, right, like not everybody's into baseball or anything like that. And so dude read it, and he goes, Jay Johnson, and he goes, hey, Coach, for LSU Tigers. And like said it like real, like kind of quiet. And I was like, woo.
I can see you doing just that too. Woo. Yeah, 100%.
In the middle of class, dude. And I was like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Another thing, while I'm in class, my phone is blowing up.
It's not by me.
No, it's not. It's by this fucking group text.
Yeah.
And they're going over the whole LeBron GOAT debate, and he apparently lost, right? Did he? I don't know. I don't watch NBA, right?
I don't watch either. I saw it on Twitter.
So like, dude, they were going. I think I had over 100 text messages within an hour span.
I would believe the
honestly, within a 10-minute span. And my watch is sitting there just beep, 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 in fucking class, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like trying not to. So an instructor's fucking presenting, and I'm trying not to fucking be on it for too long. I'm like, these motherfuckers here. So I finally texted them back, and I was like, y'all motherfuckers talk way too much.
That's when you just got to slide left and hit that mute button.
Or just the do not disturb. Yeah, I need to. But anyway,
every group chat that I'm a part of, every one of them, my buddies, my family, Victoria's family, work, every single one of them are muted because I can't stand group chats. I hate them for that reason right there.
See, but okay, so I like them because I don't really participate in them, and I get to see everybody fucking arguing, and it's awesome.
My groomsmen text muted. Your groomsmen text muted. Every single one that I'm a part of muted because I can't stand notifications.
bullshit.
I hate them. I hate them.
Anyways,
Anyway, so
look,
Jay Johnson, I want to say something about Jay Johnson real quick.
go ahead.
Did you see Jay Johnson's pitch to Danny on why he should transfer to LSU?
No.
All right, I want to give some props to John Eads, WAFB TV.
I've watched a couple of his.
Okay.
He has a YouTube. He posts on YouTube and all. You know, I watched a couple of those. They're pretty good.
Well, they interviewed Danny. It's like, you know, what was the pitch to get you to LSU? Obviously, you've embraced the Tigers. Whatever, you know. Oh, there's the group chat. What happened? What did they say?
They sent a picture of Tanner the night before Aiden's wedding.
Okay.
Where he got so fucked up, he was about to fight. Well, I'm sorry, he wasn't about to fight. This other guy was about to fight him for making rude remarks.
Good.
And Tanner, it's a picture of Tanner with a pool stick in between his legs, like thrusting the pool table.
Oh, okay.
And it's a funny fucking picture. It really is.
Well, yeah.
I wish it kind of was mirroring so I could just drag it over and
we
just
need
show
to
you.
figure out how to do mirroring on here and like make pop-ups. You know how some people when they're podcasting they do.
There's a way to do it.
Like John Boy's so good at it. He's just sitting there talking.
I think,
but he's got a media team and all.
Yeah,
that
but
shit.
say they have editors and shit.
We don't.
If you would like to be one for
Editor.
free, please hit us up. Obviously, you see, it's just us two side by side on YouTube, and that's because it's the easiest fucking thing to do.
That's it. That's all
I work, he works. Maybe when I start working shift, I'll have a little bit more time.
Somebody wants to pay us to do this full time.
Yeah. Also, well, you'd have to pay me quite a bit, especially because I just got, you know.
Yeah, the money situation, you know, we'd have to talk about it, but yeah.
Anyways,
the right number.
Anyways, what did Danny say?
So you said your second guy in your first guy that you'd pick is Danny.
Yeah, Danny Dix.
Okay, and we talking about Jay.
His name is Daniel Dickinson, but I have named him Danny Dix.
And when he hits a homer, it's Big Dick Danny, or
yeah.
It's a lot of different things.
I don't actually know the man in the size wiener or the size of the man's wiener, but Big
awesome.
Dick Danny.
He comes up in big situations. Like, it is what it is.
And he's just so fucking relaxed at the plate, dude.
Love Danny.
So relaxed.
I think I texted you a while back and said, I think this is my favorite player currently or something like that on LSU's team.
Yeah.
Him and Tanner Reeves, when Tanner Reeves, could hit 1,000,000 and couldn't field a ground ball, but it's fine. It's still.
You got to get it right.
Hopefully you don't go nowhere either. I'm going to treat you like Jake Brown, like I did last year. Hopefully, you stay. Be great.
Yeah.
Big Tanner Reeves fan here.
If you need to come field some ground balls, my front yard is adequate enough. I can still have a fungo.
Yeah.
I can still hit you some.
Parents' house has turf. I can, we can roll.
That is true.
Some short hops.
I got a kid across the street
make some stuff happen here. Or who are we talking about?
Daniel Dickinson.
No, we're talking.
No, Tanner Reeves. Tanner Reeves. No,
yeah.
Danny fields every ground ball hit to him.
Danny's good. He's solid.
Yeah.
He's got
wait, real quick though. Kid across the street.
Then we'll get to
yeah. So kid across the street was talking to his parents the other day because I talked to the kid when I first moved in.
Yeah.
Apparently he tried out for the old Sun Devils the year after I stopped coaching, but same age group, right?
Yeah, we can't say his name, unfortunately, but
no. The same age group I was coaching. Okay.
Oh, so younger, 10s. Who were you coaching?
I coached the 10s. He tried out for the 11s, but that's when I left, and I went to the Knights.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, but they couldn't field a team. Coaches left.
Right.
Couldn't field a team. He had to go try with somebody else or whatever.
Yep.
He ended up not making Prairieville High School team.
Yeah.
But he wants to still as a sophomore.
No, it's possible.
Right. And I was talking to his mom and I was like, bro, like I'm about to go get a net and start doing, because Dre lives down the road now.
Yeah.
And Dre still wants to go play too. And I was like, I'm about to go get a net and just put it in the garage and start doing lessons again. I don't know how much time I'll have, starting out and all, but might be enough, especially because they live right down the road. They can easily just come after school.
Walk it. They can walk here.
Walk literally across the street. They can just walk over.
Yeah.
And, so I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd probably do them for free, to be honest with you, because I'm at the house.
You're not traveling.
Right.
You're not going out of your way.
Right. I'm here.
Yeah.
So if it's on the days that maybe you're here, might need some assistance, you know, because it's been a while. For me, I know it hasn't been that long for you, and I know you still remember
2
everything
years.
like a glove,
Yeah.
and I do too. But some of the stuff has changed.
Dude, so my little cousin, 12 years old, went to their house for Easter. And for whatever reason, I just got this like hair up my ass. And I was like, hey, go get a glove. Go get me a glove. Find a baseball.
How's the rotator cuff?
I tell you, I threw about 15 balls. And I looked at him and I said, I'm done. I ain't throwing in a while. I'm not trying to get sore. I'm not hurting yet. 15, 20 of them. Good. Just wanted to make sure.
It's the little cousin I met.
Just wanted to make sure it's still there. Yeah.
Look, okay.
Just wanted to make sure it's still there, you know?
And was it?
It was.
It was.
It was
Proud
still
of you.
there. It was solid.
Let's go
Everything
try to
was-
walk on. Jay, we're coming.
Everything is right here at the nozzle, you know?
Jay Johnson, we're coming.
So
we're coming
Jay,
to walk on.
Yeah, if you give me this pitch, I'm probably going to come play for you too. So Jay's pitch to Danny. So they had this interview, you know, John Eads again. I want to give you a shout out. Obviously, I'm seeing this on your page. Had this interview with Danny. You know, talking about the recruiting process coming here, what his future plans are, this, that, and the other. You know, Danny said hopefully it's a 1-year thing. Also said I've never seen 100 until I played in SEC, until I played at LSU. Like 100-mile-an-hour fastball is what that means. Never seen 100 before. And then they asked him, what was the pitch? Like, you know, obviously the story came out originally that when Danny put his name in the transfer portal, Jay called him within 10 minutes. They had a 45-minute conversation. Jay was with his wife on some vacation or some shit and didn't even like spend time with her or something to talk to him or whatever or whatnot. Said, so what was the pitch? And this is what Danny said, according to John Eads, WFB TV here. This is a 9-month thing. Let's go win the Natty, and you're out. Yeah, I'm going. Where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm going to sign. Like, if that's the pitch, I'm in.
Dude.
I'm in.
100%.
You know, and then he gets to LSU, and Jay Johnson says, hey, what number you want? And he's like, oh, I think I want number whatever. And he's like, yeah, no. What about 14? Because when I watch you play baseball, you remind me of Pete Rose. That sounds like a hell of a pitch.
Do I have to sign again, Coach? Because I will.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a pitch. And look, we covered the Pete Rose thing early when we was going over the roster and everything. You know, that's kind of old news. But this just comes out on the 29th. I mean, what are we, on the 1st? So 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like, this is some solid shit here by John Eads. Good job, bud.
Yeah.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I mean, they put that out like beginning of the season, like before the season started, that Jay Johnson said he plays like Pete Rose.
Yeah, yeah.
And to compare somebody to Pete Rose is insane to me. But then you watch the motherfucker play, and you're just like, dude.
Everything about him, like even
dude just bleeds baseball.
Just the walk. You know, like
so much.
I was at the game Saturday, and you know, I hadn't really paid. This is my 5th game. I hadn't really paid that much attention to Danny just walking, right? But the way he walks up to the plate,
dude, smooth.
I was watching him walk, and just his walk was like, yeah, I play for the Tigers, and fucking everyone knows it.
Like if he wasn't wearing pants, it would hit both kneecaps.
Yeah, dude. Like,
right?
seriously,
like
he plays with that kind of swagger and that kind of attitude and that kind of mentality. And, you know, watching him play the game, being there in person, like, obviously we see the highlights on TV, the diving catches, the this, the that, the other. But, dude, go to the game, and when Danny's in the field in the commercial break, watch the way he takes a ground ball. Watch the way he throws the ball across. Watch him walk up to the plate, because, you know, the cameras don't always get the guy walking up to the plate. They show him in the box already. Watch the way he walks up to the plate. Watch the way he handles himself. Dude, Danny, he's so different. Like, it's just different than everybody else on the team. And I can understand why when this guy's name came out, Jay Johnson was essentially drooling over the fact of seeing him in purple and gold.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to Jay talk about him, And talk about the moment that name came out on Portal. You could see his mouth just dripping at the fact that Danny Dickinson is going to be a fucking Tiger.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was one of the first calls to Danny.
I would love to hear. I would just love to hear the conversations that Jay has with people, because it'd probably give me, a little bit fucking here,
Yeah, Lil Rock.
a little rocked, right? Like, I would love to hear it. Did Arkansas just hit another nuke,
A 3-run nudie?
buddy?
Oh.
I'm not
And it's
saying
5-0 in the third.
I'm not saying I called it, but
Let's not forget, Texas did lose their number one this past week.
that is true.
So
But they
crazier
still have
things
their
can happen.
they still have their 2 and 3
Crazier things can
that
happen.
they've won games with.
Yeah.
I
But
don't-
can 2 move up into 1? Can 3 move into 2? You're talking about,
did they do that?
I don't know. You're talking about
Me
2
neither.
completely different roles here.
Yeah. Look.
I do want to talk a little bit about this A&M and LSU series.
So look, I think it's going to be a really good series, honestly. Like I think it's a very possible I think it's a possible sweep, right? I think it should be a series win, but the way A&M's been playing, if he's growling, I would let go, because he's been known to be a little. Just let him do his thing.
I was just petting him. I wasn't even trying to take toy.
Oh, I heard him growl.
I did too. That's why I stopped. I never heard him growl before.
But dude, yeah, he's
That
a
old
little-
age is getting to him, huh?
He is. He's 6 now.
Yeah, the old age is starting to catch up.
He's 6 now. Bella's about to be 11 in November. I say about to be. She's 10 and a half. That's
Yeah.
it's. I saw it. So I saw 11 post a video of Reese,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw her, and I was like, "Is he home?" Turns out he wasn't. It was an old video, but I was like, "I miss that little dog."
Dude, I can remember when Reese was
That big.
fit right here.
Yeah, I remember when Bella and Diesel
now
were both
you
that
got
big.
a hold Reese.
Oh no, she's huge.
She's a monster.
She's a monster. Is she living up there with him?
Mhm.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I saw her at your mom's house.
No,
No.
she's definitely living up there.
But dude, like, okay, so this series is going to be one that I don't think I can call. I feel like Nick Saban, right? How Saban came on game day and he said, first off the bat, I don't feel comfortable calling winners, right? This is how I feel about this weekend.
Dude, I agree. I mean, this is such a weekend. It's such a look at that sun. Good
That's
Lord.
brutal.
It's such a
That motherfucker wearing a visor? No, he's half off.
it's such a unique in conference weekend for LSU. They hate us, we hate them. We
That's
make
why
fun
I'm
of them.
curious, dude.
Like this could easily, very, very easily go completely wrong for LSU. It could.
It very well could.
Do I think it does? No. And the reason I don't think it does is because for 2 weeks LSU really struggled with the bats. We really struggled offensively. I mean, for fuck's sake, we got 13-3 in a midweek versus Northwestern. It's never happened in the history of LSU baseball. Okay.
Shout out to Ethan Fry for walking it off this past midweek game.
Yeah, this past midweek.
In 8.
And then we don't come alive until
That's another one I love to talk to.
Yeah, Ethan Fry.
I'd love to talk to Ethan.
I know. But your bats essentially don't come alive until the 9th in Friday's game. There's nothing there for you besides back-to-back homers on Saturday. And then Sunday, wake up, boys, the train is here.
Yeah.
And you go berserk Sunday. You go berserk Tuesday. And I think the bats are getting hot at the right time. I don't think that A&M has the pitching staff to hold this team down. I mean, you're talking about an A&M pitching staff that has a combined 4.26 ERA to LSU's 3.75, and it may not seem like a lot, but you're talking about 2 or 3 runs a game with those numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a team in LSU that has seemed to have figured it out. And if they figured it out and these bats are going to keep rolling this way, we might run 12 straight here and close this season 12-0.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, if you have 2 really good games and a 3-day break ruins it, you could easily go 8-4 over these next 12. And the 12 includes midweeks
Right.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
because we only have 2 midweek left.
Okay, so 8-3. So 11 games. We got 11 games left.
Yeah, because in between the Arkansas and South Carolina series, there is no midweek. Actually, we only have 1 midweek left.
Oh, shit, we do. It's only Grambling after this week.
Yeah, that's it.
Gosh, where's my head at?
I don't know. I said 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
so 10 games
listen
left.
to this. So LSU's total, which I don't have A&M's pulled up. If you can for me, pull up A&M's team batting average. Batting average, OPS.
Yeah, I got that.
Like, you got it all right there?
Yep.
Okay, so LSU's team batting average is 312.
Yeah.
All right. Their opponent's batting average is 222. Do you have what is A&M's team batting average?
Yeah, A&M team batting average 276.
Yeah, that's not with the way our pitchers pitch.
At this current moment, they have 2 guys hitting over 300. Terrence Keel II is hitting 329, and Wyatt Hensler is hitting 311. All right. Jace Lavalette got off to a horrendous start. Jace Lavalette is back in full fucking go mode right now. He's hitting 291. Caden Kent also didn't get off to the best start. We covered both of them.
Jeff Kent's son.
Yeah, I covered both of them very early in the year. I think about 2 or 3 weeks into the year when A&M was really on this downfall. Caden Kent is back hitting 287. Okay, you got to remember it is very hard to get your batting average back up after you start off so bad. Okay, I'll reference this again. I did it before my senior year. I started the year 2 for 34 or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
I only had 1 strikeout. Okay, I ended the year hitting 285, 286,
right,
something like that.
Yeah.
So you can build your average up, and the number may not look fantastic. You know, LSU's got 12 dudes hitting over 300, right? The number may not look good, but if you're hot at the right time, if you're hot recently, that number climbs very, very easily.
It's 10. It's 10 guys hitting over 300. I don't know who's qualified, who's not.
Yeah.
But it is 10 guys hitting over 300. And then you have Josh Pearson right at the first one, right below 300, batting 297.
Yeah.
Now, all it takes is 1 series, though, to turn that shit around.
It does.
And that's for both teams. Do you remember? And you probably do. Dre in the World Series.
Yeah.
Right? Kid was what? 1 for 33 or 0 for 33 or some shit?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Couldn't hit the red side of a barn. The whole barn was painted red.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. And Dre comes up and is like, I think he was like 7 for 13 in the World Series. Like, destroyed the baseball. And all it took was 1 hit. He hit 1 double off the wall. And after that, it was curtains. Like, he was ready.
Just figured it out.
Yeah, just figured it out. Pitching wise, like we have dudes. We have our team total is a 3.75 ERA.
Yeah.
This weekend it might get lower.
Yeah, and look, their team ERA is 4.26.
Yeah. Look, we have only
and when it comes to strikeout and walk numbers, all right, this kind of really puts into perspective your strikeout and walk numbers here. All right. Strikeouts, total strikeouts. A&M has 376. Coach, LSU has 512 strikeouts.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a big number here, and for an LSU team that doesn't strike out a lot. Again, on paper, this is a bad matchup for A&M.
Yeah.
But we're at A&M. We're at the 12th man. We're at the ball 4, ball 5, ball 6. anything can freaking happen this weekend, and that is the scariest part. As two LSU fans sitting here talking LSU baseball, we've seen it before. I hope we don't see it this year. I mean, I hope we don't ever see it again, but obviously we're going to. I hope we don't ever see it this weekend. This team, in my opinion, with where we're at, how we've looked this weekend, this midweek, this should be a 3-0 sweep, and none of these games be fucking close whatsoever.
According to numbers.
This should be 12-5, 10-2, 17-8, 17-9 kind of games.
Let me tell you right now.
This should be absolute fucking blowouts. And if you're expecting something else, the expectation for LSU is just not that high for you.
A&M has only played 3 teams of LSU's caliber. Okay, I'll go ahead and say it: Tennessee, Arkansas, Texas. Okay, and
you could throw Bama in there for weekend 1,
I guess,
when Bama was really at their peak.
Yeah, but Bama really wasn't at their peak at that point in time. I don't know if they were ranked that high. They were ranked 17th when they played them. According to A&M's schedule, they were ranked 17th. What is Bama ranked now? 15 or 18? Like, their rankings have changed. Right? I wouldn't say necessarily at their peak, but I wouldn't say it was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So D1 Baseball Field is 64. They have Arkansas at the 4. Oh, April 30th. Yeah, wait.
That's right. That'd be right.
Yeah, but Arkansas is ranked 11.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters.
I don't know. I don't understand how LSU was on there. Anyway, so they played Vandy when Vandy was number 22. They got swept against Vandy.
Yeah.
Right. And this is a time they're number 1 in the nation, 2 in the nation.
The good thing for LSU is they're coming off of A&M. This is coming off of a sweep from Texas. Okay, they went on this heater where they took 7 out of 8, and then got their high horse put down on a low bottom here, and got their ass beat.
So A&M went. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in a row, right? And then they go to Houston. I'm sorry, they lost the last one against Cal Poly in Bryan College Stadium Bryan College Station, right? To begin the season, I'm going all the way back.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm calculating something else. I'm doing some other math in my head.
Okay. Well, your face said it differently.
Yeah, I know, because I'm looking at something else. Sorry.
Okay, so they won they lost their first game in College Station in the 6th game. So they went 5-1 to start the season, right?
Yeah.
And then they lost to Texas State in College Station. So that's the second loss at home. And then they go to Houston. And they go 2 losses in a row to Arizona and Oklahoma State, which Oklahoma State was ranked to begin the season.
Yep.
And then you go a win against Rice in 7 innings, which Rice used to be good. They're not what they used to be. Right. Then you go lost to UTSA.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit. Then you beat Texas Southern 6-2. You beat New Mexico State 1-2. You lose the third game. You win the midweek. And then you go Bama and get swept by them. You beat A&M Corpus Christi. Then you get swept by Vandy. You play HCU. Don't know who the fuck that is. And then you lose the series to Kentucky. All right. Then you go UIW. And look, midweek games, they're fucking blowing teams out the water. They're playing 7 innings.
Yeah.
Calling it a day. All right. And like you said, they go 7 against Tennessee and lose. And something clicked.
And got no hit. Okay,
right.
That's the big thing here. 0 for 21. You got no hit.
Correct. And you play a doubleheader the next day. You win the first one.
Yep.
Then you go 17-6 in 8 innings in the next one. And this is in Knoxville.
Yeah.
You do this.
All 4,000 fans.
Right. Well, in Knoxville.
Yeah, all 4,000 fans.
Okay. You beat Sam Houston.
The
You beat
standard of
South Carolina. You
baseball.
sweep South Carolina. You go on a run here, right?
Yeah.
You beat Arkansas in a series, which at the time was number 2.
Yeah.
And then you beat Sam Houston midweek, and then you go to Texas. And you play 3 one-run ball games, lose to number 1 Texas all 3 games, and then beat the shit out of Lamar in the midweek. And now you have these Tigers. That is probably up there at this point with all the chemistry and everything. Now that you're towards the end of the season.
Yeah, 3 weekends left.
Chemistry is there.
Yeah.
So now you're playing number 2 team in the nation, while the number 1 team in the nation just swept you by 1 run. You're pissed off. We agree. You should be pissed off.
Oh, my God, they did it again.
Oh, my God.
Is it foul?
I hope. Dude just
foul ball.
It's foul ball. Dude destroyed that ball.
Dude, he crushed that ball.
Guy from
Holy
Arkansas just
shit.
destroyed the ball. Don't know his name. Don't really care. But
Ryan
now you
Helfrich.
have with the thing. Ryder Helfrich in 2024 he hit 179 and now he's hitting 2-something.
295.
Good job for him. Way to turn around. Steroids do a really good job allegedly.
Oh my God. Division I baseball.
Every time a team makes an error in college, Coach Jace loves to text me and go D1 baseball in all caps. And half the time, I don't see it. And so I'm like, what the fuck happened? And he tells me. And he tells me in very explicit detail. Now, if LSU scores a run, he goes, good guy score. So.
Very explicit detail is correct.
Buddy, you got to take that out at first right there.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out.
Look
at mom in the stands, making sure she gets her babies at bat.
Mom is filming. He's safe at first. It's an error, but mom is safe at first.
It's a fucking mental error.
Well, it's a mental error, and they won't count it in the scorebook. That's a hit because he did not throw it.
Shouldn't be a hit. Anyway.
Should not be. But so now they play number 2 team in the nation, LSU Tigers. You've already played a number 2 team in the nation, and you beat them. It was Arkansas. Is Arkansas what we expected to be? Obviously, they're beating number 1 team in the nation right now. But what is Texas?
Yeah.
So,
number 1 team in the nation.
And base hit, scores a run.
And it is 6-0 Arkansas.
6-0, bottom 4, 1 out. This is going to be a challenge. LSU might not look at it as a challenge. They're not ranked.
Oh, no. They're definitely looking at it as a challenge.
But you look at these last few games.
Jay's not letting that happen.
Every team is a challenge. Any team that comes into your house or you go into theirs, right? They're wanting something. They want pride. They want the bragging rights.
Yeah.
And especially with the history like A&M has. First of all, fuck A&M. Absolutely. I have not liked A&M, especially since the whole Florida situation in Omaha.
Yeah.
You know the situation I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
And if you don't know the situation, look it up. Texas A&M versus Florida.
We talked about it. Go back to that episode.
Yeah. Either look it up or look us up. But
explicit, just fucking ridiculous what they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why nobody likes you, by the way.
It is ridiculous what A&M did. I wish we would have had Evan Richardson on this episode. I wish he could have joined us.
He is an A&M guy. Huh?
He's from there.
Yeah.
Well, he's from Houston, I believe.
Evan, I love you. You're such a cool dude, but that's just one bad decision that you made.
Well, I think I gave him a jersey years and years ago. My mom had an A&M jersey that was like green and red.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah. No, it was
Christmas-colored A&M.
No, but like a dark green and like a maroon.
Oh, okay.
It was a good jersey. I wore it a couple times. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. But Evan said he wanted it, and I just gave it to him because I didn't know.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, if I don't have my work clothes on, I have a jersey on.
Pitcher for Texas just threw 152 miles an hour, by the way.
Oh, that's solid. Yeah, dude, look, it's going to be an interesting season. You're talking about a tale of 2 halves of the SEC for Texas A&M here. Look, they got off to a bad start. You went 1-9 or 1-8 to start. Okay. Over that time frame, you went 68 of 296 with a 230 batting average is what that was. You know you're on camera.
I know.
Okay.
That last sip was just, I guess it was hot.
You got a little
That
warmth.
aftertaste was on that one, just wasn't there.
After y'all go to dinner, you might have to come check these and make sure they're still like cold in here.
They should be. I mean, this is cold.
Yeah, it's cold. So anyway, you start the year 1-8.
Off the wall.
Dude, Arkansas is banging.
That's
right now. They're
Aloy's.
gonna run rule them.
That's Aloy's brother.
Dude, they're gonna run rule.
Aloy.
Aloy Jimenez.
No. Oh fuck, I forget his name. But that's his little brother.
Oh, the
Aloy,
shortstop.
the Aloy brothers.
The shortstop.
The shortstop. That was his little brother. No, wait, no, that's him. That's him. That's shortstop.
Look at Schloss.
Yeah, fuck.
Look at A&M's coach.
Also, fuck Jim Schlossnagel. A&M fans, that's the one thing I feel bad for y'all is that y'all went to the Natty, you lost it, and your coach said, "I'm not fucking leaving." He pulled a Jordan Belfort and said, "I'm not fucking leaving," and then the next day he fucking left.
Yeah.
So I understand your pain, but also.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.
So look, I do want to talk about this real quick, and then we'll go ahead and close it out because it is 7:12, and you did tell your wife.
I said by 7:30.
Well, 7:15 actually.
We're going to eat dinner tonight. I don't know where we're going. She doesn't know where we're going. I just know we're going.
But a tale of two halves for this.
Tale of two cities?
No, not cities, just halves. Tale of two halves for this A&M team. Okay, 68 for 296. Your first three series, you hit 230. Okay. And then this is when you turn it on. So this includes your 0 for 21, 7-inning shutout, no hit versus Tennessee. And then you turn the season on.
You did all this math?
Yeah, I did. From that point,
so grateful.
From that point on, Tennessee game 1, where you got no hit, where you got shut out, where you got beaten 7
So
innings.
the game 2.
No. Including game 1.
Oh, including game 1.
Including game 1. You were 108 for 401 hitting 270. You jumped your batting average 40 fucking points in those games.
And they got no hit in that game.
And they got no hit. This includes a no-hitter. You jumped your average 40 points. A no-hitter and a sweep.
Could you imagine,
by the way,
if you didn't include that no-hitter like I wouldn't have?
I don't have. You got a calculator?
Yeah.
Where's your pull your calculator up?
Got it.
108. Well, 40. 108 divided by 380.
108 divided by 380. Okay. 108 divided by 380. 284.
284 if you don't include the no-hitter. So you would have jumped your average 54 points, not including that no-hitter, in your second half. And by the way, it's only one more series, and that includes the Texas series that you got swept in. So one more series. This is 3 series the first half. Bama 0-3, Vandy 0-3, Kentucky 1-2. You hit 230. Tennessee, you win 2. South Carolina, you sweep. Arkansas, you win 2. Texas, you get swept. Hit 270. You take away the no-hitter.
Is that just weekend? That just SEC play?
Just SEC play.
I'm about to say, if you include the fucking midweek games in there, that's...
No, just SEC play. And you take away the no-hitter, you hit 284. You jump your points. You jump your batting average 54 points at this time.
Crazy.
Okay. You want to talk about a tale of two cities? Here's a tale of wins and losses for A&M. In their wins, SEC wins.
I don't think that's the same thing, but go ahead.
No, it's not. In their wins, they are 86 for 280 with a total of 307 batting average. In their losses, 90 for 417 hitting 216. Talking about almost 100-point drop in your batting average. So A&M, here's the thing for you. First off, fuck you. Second off, I hope you lose all 3. Third off, and most importantly, if you hit because you have a Jace Lavalette, you have a Caden Kent, okay? You have your two leading hitters on your team, Terrence Keel and Wyatt Henselin.
Yes, that guy.
Don't know if I'm saying your name right, bud. Sorry if I'm not. Wyatt, number 8. If you hit with the momentum that the 12th man can bring, you could easily walk away 3-0 this weekend. However, if you continue to go 8 for 34, 5 for 29, 6 for 27 in these games, 5 of 32, 6 for 33, you continue to do that, you're getting swept for back-to-back weekends, and your playoff chances of getting in around 60, getting in the field of 64 are very, very, very slim.
You're going to have to do
point.
really good in the SEC tournament.
You have
Because
to do really good.
every team makes it.
Yeah, every
It's
team
an
makes it.
all-inclusive league this year.
Yeah. A&M, you have a shot to really put a damper on LSU's year, and fans, by the way. But you also have the opposite of putting a damper. Whoa.
Went wrong pipe.
It was supposed to go down this pipe, went down this pipe.
It went down. It went down. I felt it like here.
Yeah. You also can put a damper on your season here too. Okay. The way you've been playing, I'll say it as much as I hate you, you deserve to be in the round of 64. I hope you go in through and ruin all those chances this weekend. All right. Just because I despise A&M.
Right. Absolutely.
More than Bama, more than Florida, more than Texas, more than Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee guy, so I don't give a fuck. I love Tennessee.
I tell you what I hope happens. I hope Missouri and A&M end up facing each other like in the first round of the SEC tournament.
And Missouri
gets their first win in the SEC.
Hey, speaking of that, real quick, and I'll let you close out. Missouri has a chance to make some history here. According to, let me get to my bookmarks. Where are they at? Bookmarks. As you know, Missouri's 0-21 in the SEC right now.
Yeah.
Come on, bookmarks, load. According to 11.7 college baseball, Missouri's history in the making right here. They are currently 0-21 SEC play, 13-31 overall. Remaining schedule, home versus number 7 Georgia, at A&M, home versus Mississippi State. 1962, the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Yes.
Went undefeated in SEC play. That is the last time a team has gone undefeated in SEC play, 1962. This team is currently ranked 206th in the country with a team batting average of 267. They are currently ranked 288th in the country with a team ERA of 9.64. This is a historically bad team. But Mr. Historically Bad Team, don't give a shit what you do this week. I hope next week you go 3-0 and beat A&M, or save it for the SEC tournament, like Coach Rob said, and take them out in the first round. That'd be lovely. Anyway, I'm done. This is the end of me talking, I guess, about this weekend. Tigers, show up, do your job. Okay, show up, do your job, play your game. You can play B+ baseball, and A&M can play A+ baseball. You still got the win. Make the routine play, pitch it, catch it, hit it, field it, run it. That's it. Let's play baseball. Let's go 3-0. Let's go 2-1 at the worst. Take the series, come back home versus Arkansas, handle your business there. Go to South Carolina, handle your business there. Let's go into the SEC tournament, number 2 seed, get the double bye. We'll be a nationally ranked top 4 seed or top 8 seed. We'll get a regional at home. We'll win that. We'll get a super at home. We'll win that. We go to Omaha. We do our thing. Tigers bring home 2025 World Series champs. Coach, go ahead and close this out.
I have one question before I close out. Do you remember, as we were watching Arkansas, it just got me thinking about that second baseman they had. That was a bad motherfucker. Dude was a dog. Was it Robert Moore? Is that him?
Christian Moore?
No,
that's Tennessee.
That's Tennessee. Dude was.
Speaking of Christian Moore, he plays for the Angels. Mike Trout, please get healthy again.
Dude, you saw that?
Yeah, he left the game with a fucking
He started.
knee, man.
He started 28 games in a row.
Fucking blows. I have no idea who you're talking about.
I think it's Robert Moore. Second baseman, dude was an animal. I thought for some reason Brock Holt played for Arkansas. It turns out he didn't. He played for Rice.
Okay.
When I was looking it up. Oh, Bill. Oh, somebody might have an ear infection again. Bill.
Hey, Bill.
That's enough,
Okay.
baby. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Belle's fine. I promise we bring her to the vet regularly.
She's
This
just got a little ear infection. It's fine.
stupid son of a bitch. So I'll tell you.
All right, Coach, go ahead and close out.
Did you know Andrew Benintendi played for Arkansas?
I did. Yeah.
Yes, me too. I typed in Arkansas best players ever,
Mhm.
and he is listed as number 2.
Yeah.
Which I think Hagen Smith should be number 1, but I say listed. They're just they're not in order. But
Bell's crying.
Casey Martin, Cliff Lee, play for Arkansas.
Okay, I'd probably put him number 1.
James McCann.
Yeah, I'd still put Cliff Lee number 1.
You think?
Yeah.
Pella. What are you doing? Dave Van Horn played for.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Played
actually.
for Arkansas. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Hagen Smith. Did you know that one?
No, who's that guy?
Do not know. He got drafted to the.
Yes, we know who Hagen Smith is. Everyone,
He got
Everybody
drafted.
Calm down.
He got drafted to the Super Fox, the White Sox.
He did.
Dallas Keuchel.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
You did know that?
Yeah.
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at all this. It's
all right,
pretty,
cool. Why don't you go ahead and close this out, though? We got to go get dinner. We both got to get dinner.
Logan Forsythe.
Okay.
Did not know that. Aaron Ward.
We'll be here all night, everyone. I don't know
Grant,
what to tell you.
Grant Koch is recent, right? I think.
Sure.
Koch, Koch. I think he's a pitcher.
Sounds right.
Sounds right. Anyways, look, this has been Dominic Discussions Unfiltered, and we like to have a great time.
Great time.
We would love more guests. That's one thing I have to say. We would love more guests to come on this podcast. So reach out to us. Our socials, it's diamonddeckpod@gmail.com is our email. If you'd like to come on, look, we can't pay you
Anything.
We
can offer beer, tequila, bourbon.
Well, I don't have any tequila. I don't have any bourbon, nothing like that. Okay, yeah, you can bring it. I think the last bottle of tequila I had was the one right after. So the one that I got the one you gave me, and then I bought one right after, and that was the last bottle I had. Yeah. But I mean, we can offer, just some camaraderie. Like we can offer a laugh or two.
We can offer a laugh.
But we would love to have more guests. So if you're listening still, which we need to start saying this shit at the beginning.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you on. That's our email. Our Twitter is DDeckPod. No.
Twitter is
we're gonna look it up.
DDeck Discussion.
DDeck Discussion. Our Instagram, I believe, is just Diamond Deck Pod.
Yep.
Or Diamond Deck Discussions. Facebook, Diamond Deck Discussions. Hit us up on any of those. I am looking at the Facebook because Jace looks at the Instagram and the Twitter. So we will respond. I promise. We don't have a lot 100%. Of DMs. We don't have a lot of DMs. We don't have a lot of emails. And if it is, it's Coach Jace emailing something from his personal email to the email so that we both have it. But that's it. I would love to have more guests. I think it'd be amazing. So if you'd like to be a guest, just send an email, send a DM, PM, whatever you call it. Just send it. We'd love it. And this goes for anybody and everybody. If you're, one of those models.
Buddy, I think they get it.
Okay. Anyway, this has been Diamond Deck Discussions, and we are unfiltered. Thank you.